Hello and welcome to this tutorial on Go Grammar 2, looking at Unit 10, Adjectives. An adjective adds to the meaning of a noun or pronoun. When talking grammatically, we say adjective qualifies a noun or pronoun. For example, she wore a tiny hat. In this sentence, the adjective tiny qualifies the hat. We met some entertaining sailors. You can see that entertaining is italicized because it qualifies the sailors. The activities are just as straightforward as the explanation I have just provided for you. For this first one, all you need to do is select suitable adjectives to go with the following nouns. Swap your words and check each other's answers, making sure you have used adjectives. Now for this, there's no right or wrong answer because each of these terms could have multiple responses attached to them. So try and be a little creative in your responses. For question number 2, it requires that you underline the adjective and circle the nouns they qualify. So this is essentially what we were doing in the explanation phase. So our example here, he is a talented singer. Let's see how we go for the first couple of these activities. He was a courageous soldier. So if we have to underline the adjective, courageous would be our adjective and it qualifies the soldier. If we look at this next one, it's a slightly different structure. The nurse was helpful. Well, the nurse comes first, but nurse is of course our noun, and helpful describes or qualifies the noun, therefore it's the adjective. So read through each of the sentences and be careful, some of them have more than one noun and more than one adjective. For question number 3, in the extract below, you can see how the adjectives work to describe the nouns. List each adjective and then record who or what it describes. So for this one, the first one would be little, and it qualifies the children. And the second one would be old. I'm confusing myself here. Let's go to the pen. So the first one is little, and it qualifies the children. In the next sentence, we have called him old. That's our description, and it qualifies Papa at the beginning of the sentence here. So sometimes the adjective that's used relates to a noun in a different part of the sentence. So you just have to be careful that you read the information closely. If we move on to the take it further, it reads as follows. An antonym is a word opposite in meaning to another word. Now in Unit 20 it covers this in a little bit more detail. Give antonyms for these adjectives. Do not use the prefix un or in. For example, if we have the word shallow, the opposite would be deep. So if we have inferior, the antonym would be superior. If we have wise, the antonym would be foolish. And for our last one, if we have false, the antonym would be true. Have a go at the other ones. For the last activity in this exercise, we need to change these nouns into adjectives. So we want to change it from the naming word to the descriptive version of it. So we would go from pride to proud. So for our terms here, innocence, if we want to change it into an adjective, it would be innocent. If we had wool, to turn that into a descriptive version, we would say woolen. And for the last example, if we had value, it would become valuable. there's quite a few for you to run through. Good luck with those activities. I'll see you for the next tutorial. This has been an ETV production brought to you by Prendeville Catholic College.